Hi there, my name is Mitrianna Streckfuss and I'm a CNA, or Certified Nursing Assistant, and I'm here to help educate you about dementia. This podcast is about interactions. Working as a CNA for the past 2.5 years, I've noticed many small things while observing family members engage with their loved ones suffering with dementia. I've found that it can be difficult to communicate with them because a lot of the time the resident has no idea where they are or who their family members are. They may yell, often become frustrated, and may even hit at times. I once watched a son, we'll call him Jim, have to explain to his mother, we'll call her Margaret, that he was her son and not her dead husband, and that the year was 2015 and not the 1950s. No matter what Jim said or did, Margaret was unable to focus on what he was saying and refused to accept his explanation. Both Margaret and Jim became incredibly frustrated, and shortly after, Jim departed, and Margaret was left crying and confused. Clearly, communicating with someone who has dementia is difficult at times, but there are ways to make it easier. And here are a few tips that I use whenever I work on the dementia wing. Tip number 1. Try to avoid using negative words, such as no or don't. Instead, change the language to a suggestion of something else to distract them. I once was slapped in the face by a resident because I said, "No, you can't go in there." I should have said, "Hey, do you want to come play a game at this table with me?" Changing the language and the words are incredibly helpful. Tip number 2. I've found that giving them small tasks to help out around the unit is also very helpful. Though you do have to sit with them and tell them what to do and make sure that they are doing it correctly, they generally find much more joy in having something to do rather than sitting around watching TV. These are still people and may be stuck in their old lifestyle of doing. They are constantly trying to go home because they have to cook or take care of the kids or take care of their husband or wife. Everyone wants something. Everyone wants to help. Everyone wants a purpose. Allowing them to help out around the unit or the house is one of the best ways to help them feel more like they have a purpose. Tip number 3. I use what I call the whatever response. Obviously, I don't say whatever to the resident in a sassy tone. The whatever response is when I ask a question to a resident, such as, "Oh, is this your son in the picture?" The resident might look at the picture and say, "I don't know." As opposed to trying to get that memory out of him or her, I just move on to a different topic. I found that trying to coax them to remember only makes things worse. This tactic is also very useful when the resident may have guests over who are answering questions for them and saying things such as, "Dad, that's Jeff. Can't you remember?" When the resident can't remember something, they usually look very ashamed or sad of the fact that they can't remember their own life. This demeans them and only causes more frustrations and more alienation from their own memories. I personally find that not saying anything makes them feel less alienated, and it's much more helpful when dealing with the resident. If they don't remember, I think, whatever, and keep silent. I try to move on, change the topic to something else they might be able to talk about. No matter how far along in their disease they are, it's important to remember that they are still there. Their memories, their personality, their love, it's all still present. It's your responsibility to just be in the moment with them, no matter where in their own memories that might be. Well, I need to go and help some other residents, but is there anything else I can help you with?